This is the 190th anniversary of the founding of the first black newspaper, Freedom's Journal, 1827. In its lead editorial, they wrote, "We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us." Well, conservative commentator Armstrong Williams has said, you know what? I need to own some stuff too, and so he is a partnership with Sinclair Television, buying various TV stations. Now owns was it up to 7 or 12? 8 stations now, and about to buy many others as well. He joins us right now. What is the status of that? Because we see, of course, Sinclair is looking to close the deal with Tribune Media, buying their stations as well. What is your goal? What is your strategy with these acquisitions?
Well, you know, under the FCC guidelines, under the Wheel administration, you know, they did away with the shared services and the joint services agreement. We own 2 stations with them at NBC in Flint, Michigan, and ABC in Myrtle Beach. Now I own 5 independent network stations that I had to do the finance and the managing them without any input from Sinclair. And in the Tribune deal, which would make Sinclair the largest in the country, we have about 7 stations that we will buy. There will be NBC, 3 NBCs, 2 ABCs, a CBS, and 2 CWs in the Tribune deal, and it will go forward. They will close on that deal.
And one of the things that you said is that by you owning these stations, I mean, you've gone in and you want to see more of us in those operations.
Well, you know, it's not just see more of us. 50% of my employees are black and women. That's just a fact. I mean, no other network owner, no other TV station around the country can boast that. And they're there because we have an incubator. Wherever we own television stations, we go and create scholarships, whether it's at South Carolina State, whether it's at Coastal Carolina, in the markets where we have stations, and we put them in the incubator where they intern, and we pay their college tuition for 4 years, and we eventually end up hiring these students, helping them learn about videography, journalistic integrity, learning about writing, learning about filming. So we actually create our employees for the future.
What do you say to folks who say that Sinclair is a right-wing outlet that is not in the best interest of African Americans when it comes to how they're owning these stations and they don't have balanced coverage?
Well, listen. People have a right to their opinion, and much of this has to do with, listen, NBC, you could say NBC and CBS are to the left. They were advocated by Mrs. Clinton. That's the narrative. And you think you understand everything about CBS and ABC. And it's just much more than that. Sinclair, as far as I'm concerned, I've known David Smith, the CEO, for the last 23 years. It's one of the most balanced networks, and all they listen at is someone like Mark Hyman or Boris Epstein, and they come to the judgment about what Sinclair's about. We dominate in the red states, and the fact of my ownership and the things that we're able to do, whatever we do, and a lot of our program is catered to those markets. It's catered to issues that they care about, and whatever we broadcast, whatever we produce anywhere around the world, Sinclair carries on all 200 of their network stations.
Is there a way for there to be more black programming on those stations? Sinclair looking to do something along those lines, because in those red states, lots of black people.
Well, listen, you have to create programming that the viewership want. You have to create the kind of viewership that dominate your demographics. And it would be foolish not to create programming that carry to special groups. I mean, and we do that in terms of our children programming, with our entertainment, our sports, and some of the serious programming that we do. We create a lot of programming around the markets in our marketplace that Sinclair also airs, but they also do the same. And we buy a lot of programming. A lot of the programming that you see on TV, whether it's NBC with Steve Harvey, and then the lesser knowns that you may not know in the market, we carry those programs because why? It makes money. Why are we going to cripple ourselves if someone makes money? And that programming makes money for us.
Joint partnerships also matter. Financing matters as well. And so one of the issues dealing with is also in terms of how debt is dealt with in terms of these deals as well. And you're dealing with the FCC on that one as well in terms of how they look at changing their rules.
Well, let me just give you a perspective in real numbers. On this second deal, on this latest I'm involved with Sinclair, what Sinclair usually does is guarantee my debt. They did not have to do it with the 5 stations, but they did it with the first 2. In order to buy the stations that are Sinclair and we're negotiating right now, I have to take out a loan with $300 million. That's a lot of money. And that's just to guarantee the debt. I mean, running these stations can cost anywhere from $1 million to $2 million a month. It's a very cash-intensive business. If any time I can get my partners to create an opportunity where they can guarantee my debt and help me share in these services and joint services agreement, it's welcoming to me because I run my program, I run in my stations, and I manage my employees. Well,
Armstrong, we appreciate it. I got to go to this break right now. Glad to see you on the show. Thanks a
Always
bunch.
a pleasure.
We'll chat again.
Yeah.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong. He
Unfiltered.
wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.